not to ignore my brothers, but I have to address my sisters. Sisters, where are we in this world? What struggles are we fighting for? We've been told that our own men are an oppressive mold, who take hold of our lives and dreams. And yes, that is true for many cases. And yes, that is true for many instances. But we cannot hate them for being men. They are not our enemy. They act like fake white men, acting like white men treat their white women. We are blinded to see the prevailing presence of colonial mentalities. Our oppression as women is intertwined with our brothers. We are all victims of colonialism. But colonialism is not just a concept of oppression. It is flesh and blood. It is poverty. It is death. It is divisions amongst the people by fake borders, fake obligations, fake subjugations of our names, our identities, and our treatment of each other. They throw fake solutions at us. We have raw, fatal problems as we live and die in the European colonial institutions. A total liberation from their chains on our hearts and brains should be our only conclusion. We, the women of Mexican, Central American, and Native American descent, we are full and mixed blood indigenous women. We are Nican Tlaca women. We are ancient. We are Olmeca. We are Maya. We are Tolteca. We are Navajo. We are Hopi. We are Mexica. We planted seeds, developed corn. We studied medicine. We were doctors, priestesses. We were educated. We had mandatory education. We were liberated. We were one. We were free when they were in Europe. But in Europe, you burnt your women for studying medicine, forbade education if you had a uterus and went through gestation. And here we were, for thousands of years, refining our culture as a whole, men and women. We were free when they were in Europe. Now we are separated. We have been raped by the white man. We have been racially and sexually terrorized and assaulted. Now we are told to glorify Malinche, the woman who voluntarily assisted the enemy, fucked him in treason, and fucked his men. We don't know of our true warriors, the women who fought Europeans, who rather commit suicide than to be degraded by rape, to be stabbed by venomous sticks. They had no right to our bodies. They had no right to our lands. They had no right to make us slaves, to chop off our hands. We fought Europeans. We, warrior women and men, fought Europeans as a people.
This is the hidden history of the women we descend from. They are the real women we should honor and imitate. We are indigenous. Whether you call yourself Chicana, Mexicana, Salvadoreña, Chapina, Peruana, Navajo, Hopi, Hondureña, we are indigenous women under occupation. We are indigenous men under occupation. We are Nican Tlaca. We are Nican Tlaca under subjugation. Yet we are fed fake solutions, attempting to blend us with the white woman's struggle of liberation. They tell us, come on brown women, join the women's struggle. They tell us, women of the world unite. They tell us, being a woman is revolutionary. They tell us, Latinas Unidas. I am sick of this colonial shit that you feed my young sisters. Sick of all the phony, colonial, intellectual masturbation. And our women writers are now accepting our death, accepting the genocide, accepting colonialism. In their writings, they promote the deceased. Gloria Anzaldúa, a famous Chicana writer, said, "The white culture has been internalized in my head. I have a white man in here. I have a white woman in here." We say, get them out of your fucking head. We are colonized. That white presence in our mind is colonization. And Sardua also states,
I cannot disown the white tradition.
we say, of course you can, but you choose not to. You're comfortable being a slave. You've grown attached to those chains. She has no shame when she writes,
Not me sold out my people, but they me.
We respond, you are a sellout. You gave up on your people as soon as you accepted the enemy. Ana Castillo, another famous Chicana writer, wrote,
I certainly would not argue that the Mexica male's dominance was less oppressive of women than that imposed by the Spaniards.
We say Mexica women were doctors, writers, priestesses, completely unheard of in Spain. Mexica women were litigators, teachers.
They want us to equate our struggle to a generic women's struggle. There is no comparison.
White chicks crawl out of their mansions and beamers, inherit stolen lands, stolen wealth, and invite us to be equal? That will never be. Not until their men are equal with our men. They tell us we suffer the same, that we should have the same solutions, that they understand what it means to be oppressed because they are women. Same women who own slaves, same wives who witness genocide. Their hands are just as bloody, just as bruised, just as dirty. Sisters, the Chicana feminist concept is now Latina feminism. They have killed our brownness with their absolute acceptance of whiteness. So-called Chicana feminists intellectualize about revolution but do not actively participate in one. They are preoccupied with their individualistic love stories, egotistical contemplations. As we continue to be occupied, as we continue to be a stolen nation. You see, it boils down to this. Euro-American men and women still dominate our lives, the politics, economics, our lands, irregardless of sex. They are one. Let's understand that the problem is not about the man. It's the colonial domination of our land. Stolen nation. Minds filled with European indoctrination. It's the white man. It's the white woman. And take a look at our men. Our men who once were warriors. Look at our men now. Not all, but some. It hurts to see them drunk. It hurts to see them beat on women, depressed, no courage, no strength, just courage to kill each other, strength to destroy each other, just robots for labor, robots of colonialism, robots of the Europeans, victims of false standards of power, victims of false standards of manhood, self-destructed in alcoholism, domestic violence, social imposed inequality based on the behavior of white men. Machismo, feminismo, the defense of our sex, has only partial solutions and effects.
We have been racially and sexually terrorized and assaulted.
We will fight. We will win. We will win. Women, men. Women, men. Our now is ours. Let the take back